So we've done so much research on you, and we've noticed that you have really embodied the American dream. And while we were in Iowa, we were talking to many voters who were talking to us about how they felt the American dream was declining. We've had multiple conversations where we've talked about we think the American dream is evolving. It's not the same as it was, but it's not gone. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the American dream, maybe how you've lived it and how you feel if it's still obtainable.
I think it's still obtainable. My two grandfathers came to America approximately 1913 during a big wave where a lot of Greeks and a lot of Italians came. And they left my father in the, how do you say it? The old country to take care of his three sisters and his mother. And he worked by himself in a lighthouse. I'll show you the picture later. In a lighthouse to earn a few lira for the Italian government, to earn a few lira to buy some bread and provisions for his mother and his three sisters. And right after World War II, the Brits punished Italians for being on the wrong side. And they took those islands away from the Italians and gave it back to the Greeks. So it was part of Italy from 1904 to March 1947. So I tell people I was conceived an Italian. I was born a Greek. But if you do my DNA test, I'm 28% Italian and 45% Macedonian and Greek. And I respect them all. But my father got married after World War II. My mother was originally born in Constantinople. They were chased out by the Turks. They used to be in Constantinople. That's what I call Istanbul. There was 3 million Greeks back in the early 1900s. Now there's 3,000. So, the refugees have just pushed out. And my grandfather left in the middle of the night with his family and went down to the islands of Nisidos, which is part of the North Ioannis Islands, the islands we were talking about. And my father met my mother, got married, and came to America. And like I said, my grandfathers came in 1913, looking for the streets paved with gold. It took me 100 years, so I found it finally.
Now I got to ask, how proud does that make you? To kind of, do you see that as like an honor to your family who started over here over 100 years ago now to be in such a success story in the city of New York?
People should respect their forefathers. I respect my grandfathers. I respect my father and my mother. And the Greek government did a stamp in my honor, in the honor of my family, back in 2015, 2016. And I wasn't going to do it. And then somebody said to me, don't do it for yourself. Do it in honor of your family. And guess what? I said, you're right, and that's why I did it.
There's so many families in the spot that you have been in. What would you give the kids right now working double jobs just to help their family pay for meals? What advice would you give to them so that they can reach their full potential, reach a better life?
Only in America, land of opportunity. Don't listen to, pardon my language, the BS. People say, oh, it's different. It's not different. You pick your target and you work hard, and guess what? If you work hard and go to work every day, keep your nose clean, you can succeed in America. So that's my message.
Thank you.
To the young ones.